Hello, welcome to the Met Office 10-day trend. The one trend that we'll all have in common over the next 10 days is above average temperatures and, for some places, some of the time, exceptionally warm temperatures for the middle of October. Some places will see wet weather, especially in the northwest of the British Isles, and it will be windy at times. That wind early next week, courtesy of Ophelia, currently a Category 2 hurricane drifting around in the eastern Atlantic. Now, Ophelia will start to move north through the weekend, and the most immediate impact on our weather is that she'll draw northwards a lot of tropical warmth and humidity. Now, warm weather doesn't always go hand in hand at this time of year with sunshine, and there'll be a lot of cloud on the map on Saturday morning. The best of the sunshine in the far north, where it will be a chilly start, but elsewhere, this cloud being accompanied by humid temperatures. 20 Celsius in the southeast, some dampness around Western Hills, but actually a lot of places getting away with a dry day. That is until later on Saturday, and that's when heavy and prolonged rain sets back in across northwestern parts of Britain. Once more, it's western Scotland, and especially over the higher ground, where we'll see persistent driving rain through Saturday night and into Sunday. A few more inches of rainfall accumulating over the hills could cause some localised issues. But further south, a lot of dry weather on Sunday. We'll start off with a lot of cloud, but increasingly sunny weather will push northwards from the continent. And with that sunshine, temperatures potentially 23 or 24 degrees, feeling more like summer. But we're straight back into autumn at the start of next week, because Ophelia is moving north quickly. And because she's moving north quickly, although she will by this stage be an ex-hurricane, she will still pack very strong winds and heavy rainfall. Initially, it's Ireland that sees the brunt of the wind, and in some parts of Ireland there's the risk of storm force winds. But later on Monday, the strong winds transfer their way across the rest of the British Isles, and for western areas there's a yellow warning in force, because here there's the risk of gale force winds by Monday afternoon. Gusts of 70-80 miles per hour could cause localised impacts to transport and power supplies. Now, those winds also will be pulling up a lot of water, a lot of seawater. Big swell and big waves could cause some localised coastal flooding, and heavy rainfall continues in the north and the west. Once again, could see localised flooding. But not everyone will see the bad weather on Monday. It will be a very different story for eastern parts of England. Here, we're drawing up a lot of warmth and sunshine, and temperatures potentially climbing to the mid-20s. Now, later Monday, we're going to see Ophelia move across northern parts of Britain and clear into the North Sea, but the strongest winds aren't over yet, because by this stage they'll start to funnel through the central belt, and they'll also start to impact northern parts of England. Risk of 60, perhaps 70 mile per hour gusts in places. Again, a risk of localised impacts. But later Tuesday, Ophelia does finally push away. A ridge of high pressure builds in then midweek, and that means Wednesday looks mostly fine. A chilly start, yes, but plenty of dry weather. Now, later Wednesday, another low pressure comes along. This one more of your common or garden low that we often see in the North Atlantic. It will bring in further cloud and rain into the northwest later in the day, and really that characterises the rest of next week, because once Ophelia is out of the way, there'll be some dry weather at first, but then once more it turns increasingly wet, especially in the northwest of Britain. But southwesterly winds in general through next week mean that it will continue to be warmer than average. And what happens into next weekend? Well, more of the same, with a lot of wet and windy weather potentially affecting northwestern parts of Britain. The best of any drier and brighter and warmer weather in the southeast. Generally, temperatures will be above average, and there's a small chance of a period of slightly more settled weather, but it is a small chance, and there's a lot of weather to get through between now and then. You can keep up to date with all the local weather for your place and our weather warnings on our Met Office website, our app, and through our social media channels.